So everyone's been talking about Nintendo's next console, codenamed Project Cafe, and there's been a few mock-ups on the internet that I've seen on everywhere from Destructoid to Kotaku. And this one that I found, I'll put the link in the comments section, but it's one of the most interesting mock-ups I've seen so far. Not just because it has a very sleek look and follows the trend of the Wii and the DS, but also because of its functionality. So let's look at this mock-up in a little more detail. Firstly, you have the most obvious feature, which a lot of people are talking about already, which is the option to have a screen attached to the controller and basically have the video image streamed from the Wii. Now with new technologies, of course I'm talking about Bluetooth and radio frequency, both things which are advancing and enabling video transfer. This could be a possibility. Will it be HD? I'm not sure. But this has a few benefits, namely if your TV is being taken up by someone else, you can always play your home console on a smaller screen, a compromise which a lot of people would be willing to make. And the other benefit would be two-player modes. Of course, if you don't have two TVs, which most people don't, the second player can play on his own smaller screen. I think the screen could be a bit larger. I don't think it's big enough for portable gaming even. I wouldn't want to play Call of Duty on a screen that small. As for the controllers, I think the mock-up image just shows a great concept. First of all, the dual analog controllers, I just think that's amazing. Even Xbox and PS3 don't have such good positioning on the analogs, mainly because you have everything cramped up, so your posture is mainly stooped over, which becomes very uncomfortable unless you're resting your elbows on something or you're lying down. So I think having the detachable nunchucks with dual analogs is just a no-brainer for the future of gaming, just in terms of comfort. As for the motion control in the controllers, I would like to see the Wiimote functionality being built into one or both of the controllers. Then you have those 4 little blue buttons, which look a bit like those Xbox One buttons that no one used. Remember those white and black crystal buttons? So yeah, I hope they don't make them buttons per se. I'd rather hope that they try and incorporate it into some, I don't know, clever way. Maybe their vitality sensor. I remember going to gym and you'd put your hands over the bicycle handles and it would actually read your heart rate. So maybe they could incorporate something like that into the remote. Now the mock-up image doesn't really show a full view of the controller, but I imagine that it would probably incorporate some kind of triggers on the back of the nunchucks like we already have now. I hope they change the C and the Z button though. I think they'll maybe favor a one trigger setup where you have like a kind of pressure sensitive trigger on either side of the nunchuck instead of 4 standard buttons. But that's going to be up to Nintendo to decide. So I'm not sure who came up with this mock-up, but it's probably the best one I've seen so far. If this turns out to be very close to what the Wii 2 is like, then I would be so excited. If you guys have any better concepts, links, pictures, ideas, just post them in the comments section. I'd love to check them out.